The Batman Part 2 is going to hopefully be releasing in 2027. And there has been a lot of news that has been coming out for it. Not enough that we know enough, but enough to where we can start in the speculating zone, in the speculating stage where we start making our own rumors, our own theories, right? Like who is Scarlett Johansson gonna play? Who is the main villain? And while we don't know what are the answers for these two questions, one question that I have is why is the Penguin not looked at much? He is going to have less screen time, less dialogue, and just less overall importance to the story. But he was given a show. Out of every side character, every other character that's not Batman that was in part 1, he was given a show. So I find that a little bit weird. And when it comes to theories, people are saying, oh, Andrea Beaumont is going to be played by Scarlett Johansson, or Lady Arkham, or Poison Ivy, or the main villain is Dr. Arkham, and they're going to adapt this Arkham Asylum story. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, there's all these theories going around, but I don't see a theory about the Penguin, and I think it's a little bit weird, because again, he was given a show. And today I want to talk about a theory that I have about the Penguin, which makes me believe that even though he will have less screen time, he will have an important role in the Batman Part 2. Hey everybody, my name is Amari Toa. I do videos about everything and anything related to comic books, movies, TV shows, and video games. So if that interests you, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and of course turn on notifications so you never miss a single video that is going to come out in the near future. Also, if you do like the video at any point, please like the video. It is one of the best ways you can help small creators like me. If you genuinely did enjoy the video, please give it a like. It will mean a lot to me. I really want to grow this channel to the point where I can do this full time. With that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So, the theory. What is the theory that I have about Penguin? Couple of things, right? In Batman Part 1, if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? You gotta go watch Batman and watch Penguin, in my opinion. I don't think you need to watch Penguin to watch Batman Part 2, because I don't think Matt Reeves is the type of person that will make you watch everything and anything before watching a sequel to Batman. But this is what I'm going to say. I think you should watch both of them. I think you should watch Batman Part 1 because obviously how can you watch Part 2 without watching Batman Part 1? But also, spoiler alerts, the flood. I want you to remember the flood, how much damage it did to the city of Gotham, people losing their lives, losing their jobs, losing their homes. It was a disastrous event that happened in Gotham. And in Penguin, again, I don't think it's going to be super important to watch to understand Part 2. But I do think if you want to be fully understanding what's happening in Batman Part 2, you should watch Penguin, because one of the things that what I remember of the Penguin show is him walking into, I believe, a court. He's walking into a court and he's basically demanding power. Maybe not directly, but indirectly. So he goes there, and the whole scene is basically, hey, I want to be in the Gotham political system. He wants to be a politician because he wants power. Penguin is the type of person that wants power, that wants money, that wants status. That's what he wants. And he will never be fully enough. Because once you're okay with where you at in Gotham, that's where your throat is slit. That's where you're going to die. That's just how it is in the underground world. Now, I'm highlighting the flooding scene that happened in both the Penguin and Batman. And I'm also highlighting that scene of the Penguin in the Penguin show walking into what looks like a courtroom and demanding power some sort of way, whether being a mayor. I truly forgot what exactly happened, but he did go and basically want some political party. He wants to be involved in Gotham's political world. So my theory, my opinion, is that I believe the Penguin will be the introduction for the Court of Owls in Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2. I'm not sure if they're going to be the main villain. It doesn't look like it's going to be, because I think Scarlett Johansson is going to play a big role, and I think they might make her a secondary villain, and I don't think she's going to be secondary to the Court of Owls. I think it's most likely looking like a very psychological movie, so she might be Lady Arkham, she might be... I don't think she's going to be Andrea Beaumont, or she's going to be Poison Ivy. I think that's too fantastical. Maybe Andrea Beaumont, but specifically Poison Ivy, I think that's too fantastical for Matt Reeves. But I don't see her being a secondary villain with the Court of Owls, or as a part of the Court of Owls. So it's most likely they're not going to be the main villains, right? Because I want them to be the main villains, but they're probably not going to be. It's going to be maybe Hush or Dr. Arkham, something like that, or Hugo Strange. And the way I see them being introduced is, I think the beginning of Batman Part 2, they're going to pick up from the Penguin show, right? If you watch the ending, if you haven't watched the show, please watch the show. It's a really good show, and you would like the whole show, or you will hate it, but you will hate it in a good way. That's all I'm going to say about the show. Too afraid of spoiling it. But anyways, we would pick up from the Penguin. Maybe he might have an altercation with the Batman. We do not know what's going to happen with him, right? We do not know, because he's not going to be relevant. So I think something that's... whatever's going to happen to him is going to take him out of the whole story, right? So my predictions is he would be jailed in the beginning, or he would go missing, or he would escape. Something like that, right? He will be taken out completely from the story so that we can focus on who Scarlett Johansson's character is and who the main villain is. He disappears. We do not know the reason why, how they're going to do that. But he's going to disappear from the story, right? He's not going to be important. But at some point in either Act 2A or Act 2B, we're going to get an idea on what is the Penguin doing so far. Something feels a little bit shady about the Penguin. Like he's not 100%, right? It almost feels like he is controlled. He is a good boy. He is a dog, right? It doesn't feel like this angry pro child. He will try to be, right? But it's not going to be 100% the Penguin. And I think towards either the end of the movie in Act 3 or in a post-credit scene, we are going to be fully introduced and fully aware, or at least highly aware. Maybe they won't reveal them, but it will basically be very easy to be told that the Penguin is basically doing something that the Court of Owls they don't like. The Court of Owls looked at how the Falcones and the Maronis and the Galonis and the Bolonis and all of those people have been running the goddamn city, right? And the wealthy is tired of it, right? For whatever reason. And so now that they have a new player like the Batman, who is a big threat to them, right? They are going to try to use the Penguin to well, basically go against the Batman, right? But they're gonna do it in a very threatening way. And the way I like to think about it is, I don't know if you guys seen this Tom Cruise movie where he kind of is surrounded by like these group of weird people. Eyes Wide Shut, that movie, right, where he's surrounded by these people that tell him, if you do not obey what we tell you, there are going to be serious consequences. And that's not a real guy. I haven't seen that movie, but I always see that clip, right? So I think we might have some similar scene to that basically indicates that, hey, the Penguin, he is going to be like the face of the Court of Owls publicly, and he's going to be a full-on puppet for however they do it. But I think they're going to do that. And I really, if you think about it, how would you introduce the Court of Owls to the Batman Part 2? Right? You can say out of nowhere. You could say, oh, in the beginning of the movie, after he catches Penguin, he locks him up. Let's say he's attending a fundraiser for the floods, and then he meets a bunch of wealthy people that are trying to get to know Batman without trying to get to know Batman. We could say that, but I don't think that is going to be the case, because the Court of Owls, they're not stupid, they're smart, and I think they're not going to just let someone like the Penguin, who could be a very useful asset, and a dog, and they know that because they've been underground for ever since the beginning, the eternity of Gotham. So I think they're going to be using the Penguin because he is their best shot of really giving Batman a hard time, and he might not be the main villain. I don't think he's going to be the main villain, but he is going to play a role to where it's going to affect perhaps Scarlett Johansson's character. It's going to affect the Joker, the Riddler, right? All these certain stuff. But the main important thing, the main theory that I want to get across is I think he will be in the main piece, the main character to introduce the Court of Owls. And yeah, I hope you like this theory. I hope think about it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any other theories you want to share about Batman Part 2, or if you think this theory is weak, you think it's strong. But that's my theory. Again, why would you give Penguin a show, right? Out of every side character, you could have given it to Catwoman and Bloodhaven. You could have given it to Falcone. You gave it to the Penguin, So he has to play somewhat of an important role. And on top of that, him wanting to be in the political scene and the floodings, and you need, rich and powerful, influential people to support your political career and to rebuild cities. Yeah, Court of Owls will be introduced in a way, and they do those type of, and the way they will get introduced is going to be through Penguin. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, as I said, please leave a like in this video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.